Hi there, I'm Stacy, the encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. Good morning. We are in the full swing of summer mode around here. It is going to be a hot one out there today. And I thought maybe I can let you in on a little secret of mine. I do not like the summer. I really don't. I know a lot of you out there do. I am just not a fan of the summer. I thought in this video I would share my reasonings for not liking the summer, kind of what I do to cope with the summer blues, and I thought maybe some of you could relate. And then also there's got to be times of the year that you're not really a fan of. So I thought maybe these things might help you cope with that time of the year. So anyways, let's get to the reasonings first and then how I kind of deal with the summer. All right, so my number one reason for not liking the summer is the heat and the humidity. I love being outside, but I've always had a problem with like overheating. Even as a child, I remember getting overheated, getting all hot and sweaty, and you know, it's just not fun for me. So what's my solution to this? I psych myself up. I give myself a little pep talk. I say, yep, it's gonna be hot, you're gonna be sweaty, but it's going to be an amazing view. Or you're going to have so much fun. If you don't go on this little outdoor adventure, you're going to regret it. Second, I try to plan outdoor activities either first thing in the morning or later on in the evening when the weather is a little bit more tolerable for myself. We also try to go on hikes or do activities in the shade, in the woods, where the sun is not beating directly down on us. Reason number two, the crowds. You guys know by now, if you've followed for a little while, about my autoimmune and how I'm really not supposed to be getting sick or being around people that are sick. My body just really doesn't know how to react when it gets sick, so I try really hard not to. So you can imagine that a room full of people or even an outdoor crowded patio area really kind of stresses me out, sends me into a little bit of a, I start to worry, I get a little bit anxious, it just stresses me out. And of course, the summer months are just a bit more crowded. Kids are out of school, people are traveling more, the weather in general is nice. You don't have to worry about probably any, major winter storms coming through or any major storms. So people are just out and about and traveling and experiencing things more, which is great for them. So as you can imagine, this is a little bit harder for me to deal with than reason number one. And the fact that I never know how crowded a place is going to be in the summer. So what do? We still go to these places, and if it's too crowded, we just turn around. We don't go in, we don't go sit on the patio, we don't go do that hike or that excursion. If it's going to be crowded and we just never know, we still attempt to go, we give it our all. However, we're also okay with just turning around and saying, nope, it's not going to be worth it. I'll do this some other time. It's not considered a wasted trip if I don't end up doing the thing. I've taken a look at the place. Maybe it's a place that I don't want to go back to. Maybe I've kind of sussed it out and I'm like, no, actually, this doesn't look that great. But I can always go back if it does. It's not a wasted trip. The other way that I manage this is I do a little research. I kind of look at places and perhaps pick places that are less crowded on purpose. So we go out to dinners at an outside patio in the middle of the week. You know, we try not to hit these places on the weekends. And also we try to pick we try to pick destinations that are less crowded. Hikes that maybe are not as popular, and places maybe that are not as popular to visit this time of year. We are very privileged in that we can always go in an off season to these places and we don't have to go in the peak times. Reason number 3. The summer is always packed full of activities, which can be a good thing, but it's hard to squeeze all of these fun things in and still have some downtime. And as an introvert, I need my downtime. I need my quiet space. I need just a calm, environment. Not all of the time, but I definitely need my downtime throughout the summer months. So I've learned to say no and prioritize what is important to us, what we really want to do. Matt and I also try to take at least one trip, even if it's just a couple days, just the two of us, just by ourselves. There's something to be said about kind of going off grid a bit, sitting around a campfire, no devices, no phones, just chit-chatting about nothing important or maybe an important topic, but it's just kind of, it's just a great downtime. Spending time off grid is just a great for the soul. And having said that, I think planning activities that you're really excited to go do is just alleviates the stresses of the season. Reason number 4 kind of goes along with reason number 3, and that is finding time with everything else going on to get into the studio. I love creating art. I love just playing for the sake of playing, maybe just sketching out some things, just coming in here and messing around. It's great. It can also be difficult to come back into the studio after not creating for a period of time. So let me rewind the clock here back just a few days and show you what I do about that. Hello there, back in the studio after about a week or so of not being in here. Feels a little bit strange, but I'm grateful to have that painting going and hoping to pick up kind of where I left off here. So let's get to painting. So I just alluded as to what I do when I kind of take a break from the studio to get back into the studio kind of smoothly and easily. And that is, I make sure I have kind of an unfinished painting going on. Several years ago, I was at an artist retreat and we were talking about different topics that affect all of us. And one of those topics was getting back into the studio kind of after a creative break. And one of the artists said that she always leaves a painting unfinished so she can just come back in and jump back into that project. So that's what I've done here. This big painting was just kind of sitting off in the wings a bit, waiting to be completed. And it's just kind of easy then to get back into the groove, to pick up where I left off and continue painting. right, all. One more painting is done. I'm gonna flip the camera around and get you a couple of close-ups, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna just kind of let it sit with the tape on, kind of sit with it for a little bit, make sure, but I'm 99% positive, 99.9% positive it's done. Let me flip the camera around and show you.
Before I let you go on this video, I just wanted to say a big, huge thank you for following along. Also, let me know, are you a person that enjoys the summer? Is there a particular season that you really don't enjoy? And how do you get through that season? How do you still make that season enjoyable and a fun experience? What do you do? I'd love to know. At any rate, I'm going to let you go here. We will see you soon. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Give it a great big thumbs up. It truly does help me out. Consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.